Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the delayed flight. Welcome to the channel once again. I will try to answer a question of yours, though I'm not very sure if I understood the question very well. So in the clip with this wonderful thumbnail and the title MSFS Slew Mode Tutorial, how to use Slew Mode on the ground, the friend of the channel, Mr. T numbered 2541 writes, well done, but how do you get the full window outside view in slew mode without seeing your own plane all the time in the foreground? And is this for MSFS 2024 also? So I replied to my friend T numbered 2541, full window outside view in slew mode, for instance timestamp, please. Slew mode does not have camera settings. I mean, you press Y and whatever you see. I don't get it. As long as you adjust your desired camera settings, whatever stands for MSFS 2020 is the same for MSFS 2024 also. So if you give a timestamp example, I can show you the keyboard commands. And since I didn't get his question very well, I reply also, can it be that you mean the drone mode, not the slew mode, but the drone mode, I mean. In this clip we had the icon A5, and the truth is that I had to watch my clip again to understand what he's talking about. So once again we have here the icon A5, okay? So, full window outside view in slew mode, okay? The truth is that this thing doesn't exist. I mean, if we press Y, the command for slew mode is Y, letter Y on the keyboard, we enter slew mode, isn't it? And now, as we said in this clip, with the arrows on the numpad, the cross, as I always used to say, 8, 4, 6 and 2, you navigate, isn't it? We press Y, we enter slew mode. So for instance 2, isn't it? 5, rotation with 4 and 6, 4 and 6, and as well with 1 and 3, isn't it? Now, for instance, I changed my position. However, in slew mode, we always see our plane, isn't it? I mean, otherwise we cannot place our plane in another position. So once again, for instance, I press Y. I have a view of my plane, of course, isn't it? Rotation 1 and 3, or 4 and 6. And I can change my position, isn't it? 8. I want to go somewhere here. Also, in slew mode, we can enter two ways. The one is when we are inside the cockpit, isn't it? With the internal camera view inside the cockpit, Y, and we enter the slew mode. And if we have the external camera, this one here, this is the external camera, isn't it? A rotation with the pan button here, or with the mouse. Right click on the mouse, and I press now, for instance, Y again, we enter slew mode. However, in all these examples, we continue to see our plane. Now, for instance, if I want to place my plane somewhere else, let us find our plane first. Here is the small icon A5. The flying Ferrari, isn't it? Here she is. So if I want to place my plane somewhere else, I press Y on the keyboard. Let's go where? Let's go close to the tower, for instance, somewhere here. Okay, rotation with number 3. Exactly, somewhere here. Why? I changed my position, isn't it? Here it is. So my second thought was that Mr. T. Numbert confuses the slew mode with the drone mode. And that is why I wrote to him, okay, can it be that you mean drone mode? Now, drone mode, because with drone mode we have a full screen view outside the cockpit or inside the cockpit. We entered drone mode with insert. Here it is. Insert. This is the drone mode. Here we have a full screen view. But this is the drone camera. It is not the slew mode. Slew mode is letter Y. Here it is. This is Y. You see I changed my position, Y, and insert, I go back inside my cockpit. Now, these two commands, okay, because this is a little bit important, escape, controls, I will search by input. So the slew mode command is letter Y, here it is, keyboard. You see, slew mode, toggle slew mode, Y. Exactly this one here. If you want to change it, or if you want to have the default command, this is where you can find it. And the other one is insert. So if I press here insert, exactly, you see toggle drone camera. This is insert. Camera mode switches, toggle drone camera, insert. Okay? I suppose you know how to set the commands on the controls. If you have any question, please let me know. This is the drone camera now. Insert. Back inside the cockpit. So since there is not such thing, I mean there is no full window outside view in slew mode, as I explained to you already, let us focus on the second half of the sentence, because this makes actually more sense. Without seeing your own plane all the time in the foreground. Without seeing your own plane. Okay, this makes a little bit sense. So after having read this message lots of times and trying to figure out what my friend T. Numbert means, I have the suspicion that he means exactly this one here, without seeing your own plane on the foreground. I think that he means something like this here. Please have a look. This one here. Is it this one? I really wonder. Okay? This one. Exactly. Now we don't see the cockpit, we don't see our own plane. Yeah, so this is a little bit more complicated actually. Because this is another chapter and we devoted much time to these things. This concerns how to go outside of the plane and to customize your own preferences with the camera views. So for instance, if we have a look at my new saved cameras for the Icon A5, okay? As I always used to say, we have 2-3 cameras inside the cockpit for landing, for aviation in general, which is Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3. This is also inside the cockpit, isn't it? Alt 4, Alt 5, and here it gets interesting. You see, here we are outside of the plane. Here we are outside of the plane. We managed to go outside of the plane. Alt 6 from the other side, Alt 7, Alt 8, Alt 9, isn't it? No cockpit, and Alt 0. So if my friend T. Numbert means something like this, I would strongly suggest him to have a look at some clips which in general have the title How do you go outside of the plane, or how to adjust your own custom camera views. But this is another chapter. For instance, in this clip I show you how to go outside of the 767-400. In this clip here, I show you how to go outside of the 777-300. In this clip, we managed to go successfully outside of the Cessna Longitude. And here, with this wonderful livery of the Rolling Stones, we managed successfully to go outside of the Cessna CJ4. And this is the thumbnail of the clip where we managed to go outside of the 787-9, the Dreamliner, the 787-9 of 4 Simmers. And this is the thumbnail of the clip where we managed successfully once again to go outside of the 777-200. So, for instance, if you go to this playlist of mine, MSFS tutorials and guides, you can find all these clips here that show you how to go outside of your plane and to save your new desired camera views. For instance, this one here, isn't it? MSFS 2020, custom camera views, external, how to go outside of the plane. Or this one here, for the 787-9, the Dreamliner, MSFS custom camera views, how to go out of the plane. And the same things that stand for the 787-9 stand also for the 787-10. It exists with the Premium Deluxe version. And this clip here, for instance, MSFS 2020 and 2024 custom camera views and perfect wing views, concerns the 767-400. This clip here, MSFS 2020 custom camera setup and perfect wing views, your questions answered, common mistakes, concerns the 777-200, if I remember well. Now about the Icon A5, as I saw, there is no tutorial how to go outside of the plane. However, the same principles you can follow here also. We are inside the cockpit, isn't it? And we see that we have some limits. Until here, for instance, we cannot proceed any further, isn't it? Our view is limited until here. Isn't it? Okay. So, we said to all these tutorials, because more or less is the same procedure, the first thing that you do is to go to the limits. I mean here. And to save this camera view. How do you save this camera view? CTRL plus Alt plus a number, isn't it? And then you bring back the saved camera view with Alt plus this number here, for instance, to this window. Or you go here, exactly, you see? And you press here CTRL plus Alt plus another number, for instance, CTRL plus Alt plus 8. And then you bring this saved camera with Alt plus 8. Okay? It is not that complicated as it looks like. Just follow these steps and everything will be just fine. And so now, concerning the Icon A5, please excuse the mess on my desktop. Please be a little bit attentive. You go here, because we must find the camera.cfg file. You go to your computer, my PC, whatever. Okay. Then you go local disk C probably. And then you go users. Then you go your name, something must be here. This folder actually is all the files and also the files of the simulator. You go app data, you go local. You must know this procedure, it is important. You go packages, and here you find Microsoft Flight Simulator with number 8, which is this one here, Microsoft Flight Simulator 8 and so on and so on. You double click here, you go local cache, you go sim objects, not the list, because here in this list you can find the Icon A5 somewhere. Here it is, Asobo icon, not the list, but here, airplanes, and here you find the Asobo icon, this one here, okay? You press here, and here is the cameras.cfg file, exactly this one here. So as you see, all the cameras, camera 1, camera 2, and so on, they have an initial X, Y, Z, which is 0, as you see here. This is 0, okay? An example is this one here, camera definition 6, okay? And you see that I have changed the initial X, Y, Z axis. So that was minus 0. Actually, it was 0, not minus, not plus. It was just 0. So this you change it and you put here minus 5, exactly here. Okay, so you can choose 2, 3 cameras, and this initial X, Y, Z axis here, this one here, you change from 0 to minus 5. I will not do it right now, okay? You just press minus 5, and then you save the file. I always used to say that it is good to save the prototype, just in case that something goes wrong. So now, if we go back to our saved cameras, okay, for instance, we change the XYZ axis of camera 6, isn't it? You see something like this, you see? We managed to go outside of the plane, isn't it? So we are outside of the plane, we still use the commands that we use when we are inside the plane, which means Alt and the arrows, isn't it? Alt right arrow, Alt left arrow, Alt front arrow. So, you choose the camera that you like, and if I understood well, isn't it, in order to save this camera that we saw previously without the cockpit, you go somewhere here, isn't it? Exactly, here. Right click on the mouse, you see. This is the camera view without the cockpit. So here you press CTRL plus Alt plus 9. Alt 1, Alt 9, exactly. So ladies and gentlemen, that was a short clip, I want to believe.
Huh?
And if you manage to go once outside of the plane, don't forget to use the same commands that you use when you are inside your cockpit, because in a way you fool, let's say, the system, and the system understands that you are still inside the cockpit, though you're not. You see here are the limits, but if we press Alt 9, we manage to go outside of the cockpit, and we use the arrows, up, arrow, arrow down, arrow left and arrow right. We change the position with right click on the mouse, okay, and whichever camera you like, you just save. And for the icon A5, these are my saved cameras. We have seen this many times. A wonderful plane, the icon A5, and here it is, Alt 9. I hope that was helpful for my friend Mr. T. Numbert. Thank you for watching this clip, and hope to see you soon to the next one. Till then, you take care and bye for now.